Good evening, everybody. It is once again Ted the Speed Learner, and I was reading an article on reflected power, and they were talking about law of propagation and apertures. Okay, now let's start with law of propagation. Now, basically, this is how this works. It's when you are transmitting light or sound through a medium. What kind of a medium are we talking about here? Well, you could talk about the lens on a film projector, where it transmits the image from the film onto the screen. Now, I know a lot of you people don't use film projectors anymore, but if you have the old-time film projectors, what was on the film, the light would pass through the film, pass through the lens, and onto the movie screen. This was the same thing with slides. Ever been through a slideshow? There you go. When you're talking about those, I can't think of them now, but they're devices. They usually have them in classrooms. They have this great big square thing at the top, and you have this little platform on the bottom, and you start writing things down, and all of a sudden the whole image gets transmitted on the wall. Same type of deal. Anyway, so when you talk about reflected power, you're talking about a law of propagation. To propagate is to transmit through a medium. Sound waves, same type of deal. You can actually transmit sound through a pair of stereo speakers, okay? Or you could transmit sound waves through an antenna that would actually hit your car radios. There you go. Now, what is an aperture? Well, in optics, an aperture is... You know how they have that lens on the camera that allows a certain amount of light to come through the camera, and that's how you take your picture? Same thing with digital cameras. A certain amount of light transmits through, and then all of a sudden, there you go. The thing is that with telescopes, there is no special lens thing on there to control how much light comes through. I mean, what you see is what you get. But with cameras, there's a little lens type thing that controls how much light is coming through as you're taking your picture. And it's just like here with my video. It's allowing a certain amount of light to actually hit the CCR, or not CCR, CCD, the charged coupled device, which I spoke of in a previous video. And this lens is allowing a certain amount of light to hit that CCD, so you can actually see me the way I am. Okay. Now, the red, green, and blue is controlled by how much light is thrown through that lens. Okay. And so the lens itself is called the aperture. Okay. So the apertures receive light, but mediums can then transmit out light. Okay, so when you're talking about the light bulb and the lens on a flashlight, that transmits the light out, whereas with a camera lens, that just lets the light in. Hopefully you understood all that, because I'm going to be talking about reflected power in a series of videos I'm going to do here on YouTube. So hope you enjoy my discussion. I will tell you more in a future video. Stay tuned.